All right, we will get started with the manager of the St. Louis Cardinals, Ali Marmol, who has the first question for Ali. We will start 4 rows back on your left, Ali.
Just wanted to ask you about Donovan's game. Obviously, he's from Enterprise, Alabama, and to come to Rickwood in the first major league game played here and to have a night like he did, starting off with that home run and then hit that little slider blooper to center field. Can you just speak about his performance tonight?
You said Donovan? Yeah, I mean, very impressive. Took some big swings for us today. Got the starter pretty good with that homer and the ball off the wall. He's been taking much better at bats, but for him to come home, that's special. It really is. So you love seeing it. I know he came into the dugout and said, "Welcome home," which was pretty cool. So big night for him. Really helped us.
Other questions for Ali? What else we got? We'll go. Where is he going? Yeah, that's fine.
We chatted before the game. You wanted to see Palante work through some innings. What'd you see from him? Gave up some runs, but lasted 5 1/3.
Yeah, we needed every out of him. Our pen was super thin. We didn't have many guys available. Ideally, we wanted him to go 6 in order for us to line it up the way we needed to line it up today. But he did a really nice job, man. He used the fastball and the sinker appropriately to both sides of the plate. Made some big pitches, got some double play balls. The homer, I mean, it's a fly ball other places. So I thought he did a really nice job.
That's the second.
Yeah, with the Clough, that's a big spot, man. You have an option there with runners on to bring him in. The game could get flipped. You bring in your best guy in Kittredge, knowing that it leaves you open later. You can go JoJo in that righty lane. We decided to go Clough, and we gambled and won.
Go to the second row on your far left, Ali.
Yes, Bruce Greenberg with Fox Sports Radio. Just in general, Ollie, that was a sweet win, and you only got a few weeks to go before the All-Star break. What are your hopes and expectations up until then?
Guys have been playing well. We've been playing a lot of close ball games, and that's meaningful. It's going to pay off down the road when you're playing so many 1-2 run ball games. But we're starting to swing the bats a lot better. That's been the ups and downs of our season, has been the offense. Pitching has done a nice job to this point. The bullpen's been really good. But moving forward, I think our offense is in a much better spot and more consistent. You get Newbar and Contreras back here soon, and it definitely changes the game. Yeah.
Go to the first row on your right, Ali.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, a lot of the talk was about the ballpark for tonight's game, but also the atmosphere felt. I mean, there's a lot of neutral fans, but there are a lot of Cardinals and Giants fans. What was the atmosphere like from the field perspective?
It was fun. Not that many. Like, the stadium's small, but it felt like the feeling of it was pretty cool. The pre-game ceremonies were incredible. During that time, I mean, I'll be honest, I got emotional just standing there, knowing where you're standing and just the overall feel of the tribute to Willie Mays, and just like, man, the impact he had on people that he met, but also people that he's never met. And that's when you know you've done it right, when you can have that type of influence. So the ceremonies were incredible. They really were. Yeah.
We'll go to Lynn in the first row.
Hey, Ollie. Can you sort of take us through with the bullpen usage, what you had mapped out, how it played out when obviously with Kloffenstein ended up pitching in high leverage with a game on the line for his major league debut?
Yeah, it's a tough ask, and he did a really, really nice job. You look at that game, our pen's super thin. I mean, what happened yesterday with Gibby going down and us using everybody, we didn't have many guys available today. So we needed Palante to go 6. We were trying to squeeze every out of him. Normally, we'd go to a righty there at Soler and it'd be Fernandez, and you kind of do what we normally do with Kittredge, JoJo, and Helsley. That wasn't an option today. So with runners on, bringing in Kit, that's where the game could get flipped. And then knowing that you're wide open in the 8s, you can go JoJo in that righty lane, but you got Soler and Flores and Slater who do a pretty nice job against lefties. So we took a shot with Clough. Big ask. He came through 1, 2, 3, and they handed it to our closer.
I'll stay there with Jeff.
Ollie, at one point during the game, Kyle Gibson kind of popped out of the bullpen door and was holding the sign out there. Was he a live option for you at all tonight?
Yes and no, man. That's a big risk. Could he have given you a couple outs? Possibly. But if he locks up again and can't take that start on Tuesday or goes on the IL, this is one of our most consistent guys. So I felt like the risk was not worth it at the time. Yeah.
Ollie, what impressed you about the way the top of your order was able to set the tone? Masyn and Burley taking good at-bats. Donovan as well in the middle, but those guys in particular.
No doubt. And even Goldie, I mean, he hit that ball really hard or short, didn't have anything, wasn't rewarded for it. Gorman took some big swings for the sac flies to the deepest part of the ballpark. So a lot of guys swung the bat really well, but Burley did a really nice job. Donovan, obviously, with the homer and the double, continues to swing a good bat. And Masyn, he's just, man, setting the tone. He's done a nice job in that leadoff spot. Yeah.
Anything else for Ollie? We'll finish up with Jeff.
Ollie, I'm sure you guys would rather put up a 12 spot and walk out of here, but you get a game like this in front of this crowd. It's a tight game. There's a lot going on. How important it can be just the style of game tonight that goes around with this event?
Yeah, that's what you pay for. You want to see a good ball game. I felt like that's exactly what this was, man. There's some back and forth. We scored 3. They had a 3-run homer. We put a 2-spot right back on them, and there's that back and forth. And just the history between both organizations, the fan base, it was a cool atmosphere. We've done several of these, like I said earlier, with Mexico, London, Williamsport. This one was cool because you're tapping into the history of our game in a different way. So good ball game, good atmosphere, really good night. Yeah.
One last one for Ollie. All right, congratulations, Ollie. Appreciate it. All right, we have with us Masyn Winn and Nolan Gorman. If you have a question for Nolan or Masyn, just raise your hand. We'll get you the microphone. We'll start with Jeff right up front, guys.
Masyn, as much as we talked in the run-up to this about what you were anticipating and what it might be like, what was that like for you tonight, and kind of what's the feeling of being able to deliver the way you did in this game?
Yeah, I mean, that was all that and more. Just to be out here, I didn't know what was going to go on before the game, and to see all the Negro League players come out and us, really honor them, and I had a great performance by the artists out there and great dancers too. So, I mean, honestly, it was just a great night all the way around. The baseball was also, got the dub, so that was pretty cool. Got to perform. I got a double in front of my stepdad out here, and yeah, it was everything I could imagine for sure.
We'll go to Lynn.
For both guys, just how important was it for you guys to sort of pull out a tight win after the last couple that had gone against you? And it seems like you guys keep playing all these tight games. How important was it to close one out here and keep it from getting to be too many games in a row?
I mean, yeah, that's what happens when you have your closer in the game. And I mean, we're a good ball club. We play these close games, but we won a lot of them. So it's always fun getting wins, and pulling out a one-run ball game is always fun.
Yeah, I think we definitely needed this one after the last 2 in Miami, for sure. Especially with how we lost them, a little bit heartbreaking, but to be able to do it on this field, super special, and super special for Helsley to break that record for us as well. I mean, with the consecutive saves, so that's pretty cool to be a part of as well.
Go to John right behind.
John Denton, MLB.com. Both of you guys know what this game meant to Brendan Donovan, Alabama guy. How happy are you for him? Nolan, I mean, you're his best friend on the team. What do you think this meant to him?
I know it was special. Coming to your hometown and raking like he did, that's always a good feeling. So, he's excited to be home and go out there and perform in front of his family and all the friends that he had out here. And, so it's always good to get that success at home.
Other questions? We'll go back to Jeff.
Obviously, you guys both played with him in spring. Masyn, you might have overlapped with Clough in Memphis for a couple weeks last year, maybe, but it's a pretty big spot for a guy to come into for his debut. It's here. It's a one-run game in the 8th. What did you both see out of him and how he was able to handle that tonight?
Yeah, I mean, he was walking out to the mound, and I told him, I was like, hey, man, it's nothing different. And he very comfortably said, hey, 3 righties, you're about to get some ground balls here. Big smile on his face. Didn't look like he was nervous at all, man. It really stepped up in a big moment. His stuff looked good today. He was throwing with confidence. So, yeah, I think, going forward, I think he could be big for us, man. He's really good.
Yeah, that's his attitude. I'll go on top of that. That's his attitude. I've played with him in summer ball and high school stuff too. So that's just who that guy is. He's no spot is too big for him.
Go back to John, guys.
Masyn, you said for the game that it might be emotional for you. Was the pregame ceremony or any chance to look around? Did it kind of get emotional for you, the magnitude of this night?
No doubt. I mean, I didn't. I haven't really been nervous for a game. Maybe Wayno's 200th win last year, but I mean, I was trying to calm myself down, just playing catch with Gorham before the game, and getting out to shortstop. I was taking some deep breaths, and just all the way around, man, it was just an emotional night. I tried to keep the nerves down, and then I saw my stepdad after the end of the game. He was shedding some tears, like watery eyes, and it almost made me cry a little bit. So, yeah, man, I was just trying to embrace it. Every bit of emotion. I loved it. It was a great night.
I think we have a question on the far right, guys.
I suppose somewhat of a follow-up on that question, was it hard to really concentrate on the game itself, with all the pregame pageantry, and also the fireworks at the end of the game? Did that surprise you?
Nah, I mean, we're locked in every night. It doesn't really, obviously this is a big deal being here, but I mean, at the end of the day, we have a job to do. This is another regular season game. We needed a win, so I think everybody was locked in more so to the game than anything else. The fireworks were pretty cool, though, especially after the dub.
Go to Lynn in the first row.
Masyn, you mentioned your stepdad, and I saw him before the game, and he mentioned that, some of the stuff you told us about how you remembered the team that you played on with names on the back and everything. He wasn't actually sure that you remembered that until he started to see some of the things that you were saying. Had you actually, talked about that with him before, or did that not come up, since you guys had played until just recently?
Yeah, I think, he had that team probably when I was 10 years old, maybe. It wasn't an every weekend team. It was he'd put together, maybe once every 2-3 months or so. But, I mean, that's something that's always stuck with me. I know it's how important it is for him, what Black history and baseball means to him. And, he's gone to the Negro League Museum probably 25 times. So, I know how special it is for him. And, the way he raised me up to play the game and just me personally, I mean, I knew this was going to be important for him. And, yeah, it's always stuck with me for sure.
Anything else for Nolan or Masyn? All right. Congratulations, guys. Great job. Thanks for everything.